Hello and welcome to another episode of Leader's Kitchen. Tonight I'm going to be doing some tofu burgers with a little guacamole and a little tomato relish to go with it. This is not my recipe. It is a recipe that I've got from Jamie Oliver's. What we've got here is a clean tea towel and some tofu out of the packing. As you can see, there's a bit of liquid in the tofu, so we'll tip that away to start with. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to put this tofu into a clean tea towel, break it up a little bit, like so. And then wrap this up in a clean tea towel, and then what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze a fair bit of the liquid out, so you'll get probably a couple of tablespoons of liquid out of that amount of tofu. Okay, as you can see, there's a fair amount of liquid just come out of that tofu. So what we do is we now put all that into a mixing bowl. Break this up a little bit more. As you can see, it crumbles a lot easier now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some breadcrumbs in there, just a handful or so of breadcrumbs. So this helps it bulk out a little bit, but also stabilise it a bit better. So we've got about a handful or so of breadcrumbs. Mix those through. And then we need to put some flavouring with this. So tofu is a carrier of flavour. So what we're actually using in this is some Marmite. So into here, good couple of teaspoons of Marmite. And we'll just mix that through. So that's now roughly mixed through. What we need to do to bind that is put an egg into there. So what you do is you get your hands in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to form these into a couple of patties on a plate. Unfortunately, I haven't got round buns. I've only got finger buns, so I'm going to make these more into like tofu hot dogs rather than burgers. So push them together. Like so, there's one. And there's two. So what I have to do, quick wash our hands. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to fry these off in a minute. These don't take too long to cook. I'm going to make a quick guacamole with this very ripe avocado. You see, that's so ripe. And to get the stone out of an avocado, don't dig it with your finger. As you saw, I went in with a knife rather than with a tip. But on the stone, just dab it with a knife and twist, and then the stone just pops out. So with a spoon, you can just spoon the avocado out. It comes out in near enough one piece. I'll just grab a bowl. Put that in there. So there you go, that's come out in one piece. Just about. What we do is we just give this a rough chop. Also into the bowl we're going to put a finely sliced onion. This is a red onion, so now we've got a red onion and an avocado chopped up into here. What you would normally put in with this would be some coriander, or as the Americans call it, cilantro. But both my girlfriend and I, we're not fans of coriander. So all we need to do is put a good pinch of sea salt in there. And normally I put raw chili in, but I haven't got any to hand, so I'm just going to put a little pinch of chili powder. It's only going to be a pinch. And a dusting of cayenne pepper. So before I do some lime juice into that. So I've got a couple of limes here. They're actually quite old ones and they feel a bit hard. So what you do is you roll them under your hand on a chopping board before you slice them. Helps get some of the liquid out. So yeah, I can see I'm going to need probably both of these limes because they're not the juiciest. That's a juice of a lime and a half. Give it a mix through. Give it a good mix, and you'll see the avocado starting to break up. Quite important to give it a taste. Do with a little bit more cayenne pepper. Other than that, that's nice guacamole. As I said earlier, I was going to make a tomato chutney kind of thing to go with these tofu burgers. All we're going to do is a couple of little baby plum tomatoes, give them a little slice up, and we've got a small clove of garlic here, just slice that up. Fairly thinly. So. Okay, and I've also got some normal salad tomatoes. What we're going to do is quarter those. Also, what I have here is a shallot. Just going to finely slice. Also, what I've got here is I've got some little sweet sweet peppers that need using up. So all I'm going to do is slice these up. These don't even have seeds in there, that small. That one's got 2 seeds in it, and that's it. So that's all the prep work done. Okay, so I have a pan on the heat here with some oil in it. This one's currently off, but has oil in it already. I'll explain that in a second. So in with the tofu patties. Okay, they're now starting to cook. So pan with the cold oil in it. So we'll switch the pan on. But what we'll do is we'll put the garlic into cold oil to start with. And as that oil comes up to temperature, it will infuse with the garlic. As you can see now, there's bubbles and the garlic is starting to move by itself. So what we'll do is we'll in with the shallots, and all the other ingredients, so the little sweet peppers, the tomatoes, all into that. What we'll do is we'll just turn these, keep them turning around. What we'll do is we'll keep this one on a fairly high heat. This is on a medium-high heat at the moment. We'll Probably keep it on that all the time. While those burgers are frying off, what we'll do is we'll actually prep our buns. All we're going to do is just give them a slice down the middle to accept the patty once it's cooked. Keep those turning. As you can see, these tomatoes are starting to break down by themselves. What we'll do in a minute is we'll actually give them a crush with a potato masher. I'll have a quick look at these burgers. They're very soft. You can see they're nice and crispy on the underside. So what we're going to do is, with a little sprig of rosemary, we'll put that into the pan and it crackles up. Ooh, and try and put a burger on top of that rosemary. It smells amazing when that rosemary hits the pan. And then on the top with a slice of cheese, just a mature cheddar, and then we'll put a lid on the sauce on the frying pan to keep the heat in and hopefully melt the cheese. So, tomatoes are starting to break down by themselves, as you can see. What we're going to do is we're going to go in with a potato masher and just give them a squish. Break the tomatoes up a little bit. If any tomato gets stuck in the potato mash like it has, just give it a slice off. Give that a stir through. So I've basically made a little tomato and pepper sauce. And you notice we've put no seasoning in there. I'm going to put a little soy sauce, only about half a teaspoon if that, and about a teaspoon of tomato puree just to richen it up a little bit. Just turned it down as well. So all that cheese is now getting melted quite nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually turn that pan off now, but just leave it on the heat and with the lid on. And there we go. That's cooked. They're done. So we'll turn the pans off. If you like this recipe, please give the thumbs up. Please hit subscribe. There'll be more content coming, such as more food videos, and I'm also looking to do a Spanish tapas series of videos.